Today's video is brought to you guys by Cuts Clothing. Cuts is a Los Angeles-based premium clothing company. It's not your typical Young LA Gymshark raw gear. Cuts supplies luxury items that you could wear to your 9-to-5 job. You could wear them to the gym. If you take a look at their Instagram, you can see people like Patrick Mahomes and Joe Shiesty wearing their items. They blessed me with the Cuts Creator Package. When I tried on those pants for the first time, the only way I could describe it is wow. When you put them on, they have that wow factor. It just makes me feel 5% more confident. If you're interested in copying some items, use code BENDONE through the link in the description. Thank you, Cuts, for sponsoring this video, and enjoy. What is good, y'all? My name is Ben Dunn, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we are going to be talking about the fake Natty problem because something recently happened in my life that I believe is relevant to why there's so many fake natties. So, I haven't posted in 12 days. Why is that? Life's been pretty fucking shit, honestly. Last weekend, I'm driving home from Penn State, and I get pulled over. This isn't even the bad part. So I get pulled over. I whip out my phone to pull up my insurance, which is in the Allstate app on my phone. And as I'm pulling that up, I get a very angry text from my mom that says, like, come home right now in all caps. And you guys know, like, when you see that, it's like, oh fuck, here we go again. And I click on it, and there's some pictures before. The picture's just like 100 insulin pins. So, high school me probably would have made up some excuse to where I was, like, microdosing insulin to prevent, like, type 2 diabetes or some bullshit, but I didn't have any more excuses left in the tank. So I'm getting pulled over. Dude immediately thinks that I'm intoxicated because I'm nervous when your mom just sends you, like, a get home right now text, and I'm getting pulled over. Cop thinks you're intoxicated. Obviously, like, I'm gonna be acting nervous. He gives me a whole, like, 30-minute field sobriety test. The entire time, I'm just thinking in my head, like, holy shit, my life is falling apart. I ended up nailing the field sobriety test, luckily. He searched my car, didn't find the good stuff. I'm just kidding, there was no good stuff. Most fitness influencers who we consume content from today are in school, whether it's college or high school. And when you're in college and high school, you, for most of the year, live with your parents. When you live with your parents, you go by their rules, and most of their rules don't have anything to do with allowing their child to take steroids. And I know a lot of these people, their parents actually follow their social media. My parents don't, so I could be transparent about my steroid use on social media, and they still didn't know about it. Some of their friends did. I was in a pool league with my dad last summer, and we would play once a week, and the one dude, there was like one guy in their group who he seemed like he either like worked out a little bit or he was like an athlete in college or something like that. And I get in there one week and I'm wearing a cutoff, and he goes, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, come on, I know there's something up. Like, you're bigger than you were last week. And I gave him the whole, like, creatine, chicken and rice spiel, because, like, my dad's right next to me. So I'm just like, nah, like, I just started using this new protein powder, you know? But if you see someone from a week-to-week basis, you can confidently say what they're taking. Well, not exactly what they're taking, but if they're taking something versus if they're not taking something. On the internet, however, it's pretty tough to say because of all the editing, the lighting. If you're getting too big, just stop using the best lighting and you'll literally look the same. My theory is that most of these people are unable to be transparent about their use because they would get in trouble with their family, be forced to move out. Like right now, I either have to pay rent here or get my own place. I'm not in the best financial standing right now, so I have to get a full-time job along with my part-time job walking horses, and social media will be demoted to third place. It sucks, but it is what it is. It's the way life goes. I feel like the problem isn't so much with the fake natties themselves, but almost with the community believing people. I'm not going to call out any names today because I honestly don't know many of these names. I just see them like on my Instagram reels some 17-year-old who looks like a fully grown 25-year-old, and he has the muscle maturity of Phil Heath, but he claims natural. Just doesn't make any sense. And then all the comments are saying this is easily achievable within 6 months of training. You just have to work hard. You don't work as hard as him. When there's like one person in the comments who's like, yeah, like stop the cap. This is not natural at all. And then all the replies to that comment fucking flame him, even though that guy's absolutely right. When I was first getting into lifting, I looked up 2-year natural transformation because I was like, I want to know what I can look like in 2 years. And what pops up? David Lade. So I was like, holy shit, I can look like this guy in 2 years? And then right under it, I see all the David Lade, Natty or nots. And I start watching them, and they're like, yeah, no chance that this guy's natural. And then I start like finding other guys who are like 2-year natural transformation. It's like, yeah, no chance this guy's natural. The true naturals around that time were like Christian Guzman, who I'm pretty sure he recently started doing something. So Christian Guzman, Vitruvian Physique. Who else were the good naturals back then? Jeff Nippard, obviously. But all the young kids who looked like fucking superheroes, they were all called fake natties. Fast forward to today. There are people who are bigger than David Lade and younger than him at the time of him making that video who claim natural, and absolutely everyone believes him. And all the comments on these videos say, this is achievable in like 2 years, just have to train hard and eat right. They don't even say it's achievable, they say it's easily achievable. Go to any commercial gym, don't go to Fusion, don't go to Iron Revolution, go to any commercial gym. Where are these people at? They don't exist. I'm one of the biggest ones in my gym. There aren't any 17-year-olds who look like David Lade. It's not easy. Is it possible? Yeah, for like 5-star athletes maybe. For the top 1% of the 1%. The top 1% of the 1% doesn't appear every time you scroll through Instagram Reels. Every other person is not the top 1% of the 1%. It's like the gap that people see between natural versus enhanced is so small, because every time I see someone who's clearly blasted to the gills, but their physique is amazing even for someone on steroids, all the comments on those videos say, oh, that's easy with steroids. Like, no, it's fucking not. And then when you see like the peak guy who's claiming natural, who, when I look at him, I think this guy's probably on like 350 milligrams of test, like nothing crazy, but he's on a little something. And then all the comments are saying, yeah, this is easily achievable in like 3 years. But he looks almost as good as he looks better than the average steroid user. He looks almost as good as like your peak steroid user. It just honestly doesn't make too much sense to me where the culture has gone. We are way too gullible to believe people about their natural status, because everyone judges the physique. They say, oh, that physique looks natural, it looks like it's achievable natural. Don't judge the physique. Take the time to get to know the person making the content, and you probably never will get to know the real them unless you know them in person. But judge the character of the person claiming natural, not whether their physique is achievable natural or not. Because most people cannot achieve a gear physique on gear. They achieve a physique that most people would say looks natural, even though that person couldn't achieve that physique naturally. Also, when I started lifting, the common gold standard of what like a good lift is after 1 year of lifting, it was 225 bench, 315 squat, 405 deadlift. I recently heard people saying 6 months for a 225 bench is easily attainable. Nah, I am 6'3", my arms are long as hell. It took me 2 years. And in that 2 years, I think I built one of the biggest chests that couldn't bench 225. When I first got to the gym, it was at Planet Fitness, and I was benching 25-pound dumbbells and 95 pounds. And this was barely even for reps. It was like 95 pounds for 3 really shitty reps. I remember getting pinned once doing 85 pounds for 10. Imagine how embarrassing that is, having to shake 2 10s off the side of the bar. I want to see some more realistic progression blow up on social media. I haven't seen too many of like the guy that people can relate to on social media blowing up. So I feel like that's kind of the position I held a couple years ago. I want to see someone blow up who's struggling to hit 135 for the first time in like their first couple months to maybe even like 6 months of lifting. I remember getting excited when I hit one plate for the first time. I was like, fuck yeah, the big plate. Like, I felt amazing after that big plate. And now people are walking into the gym. I mean, people have always done this. You walk into football practice and you max out on like 185 your first time ever benching. I never got to experience that, but I did get that amazing euphoria of putting up the big round plate for the first time. Let me know in the comments how many people could bench 135 as a baseline versus not. I feel like it's about I want to know. I don't know. I want to know the split on that. If you're young and you want to get into social media content and maybe you don't have the best physique so you're scared to post on social media, grow a pair and do it. Post your progression with bad genetics, not necessarily bad genetics, but like a weak starting position. Maybe muscle doesn't come too easily to you. No one else in your family works out, so you don't have those elite genetics. But you're grinding for stuff that people might say, oh, like you should be able to do better than that. But you know how hard you're working, and you know that the weight that you're putting up, even if it doesn't get the respect that you believe it deserves, you know it's your hard, honest work. And that's honestly what so many people relate to. I don't want to see people who have my dream physique at 15. I want to see someone who's working hard and getting the benefits of the hard work that they're putting in. Not saying that people with good genetics don't work hard. I'm not saying that at all, but I'd love to see some people with not the most blessed genetics working really hard, and even though the rewards aren't as favorable as some other people on social media, you're working hard, it's your body, you're controlling it, and you're making the most of it. You know how they say hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard? When it comes to lifting, for some people, it could take 2 years to achieve a physique that someone naturally has without working out, without trying. And you spent 2 years of like absolute balls to the walls dedication just to look like someone who doesn't work out. But what you learned in those 2 years, the dedication, mindset, the hard work, that's gonna, in the following 2 years, you're going to pass that person. So now you've worked out for 4 years as hard as you can, and you're finally looking better than someone with elite genetics who has never touched a weight in their life. On the outside, it seems depressing, but on the inside, I think that's one of the most beautiful things you can see in the gym. I didn't really plan out how this video was going to go. I kind of just picked up the microphone and started talking, but I kind of like the direction that it went. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.